Discipline gives you control over your direction, regardless of circumstances. You are not here to live an average life by default. You are here to build something meaningful by design. And design requires discipline. At some point, you realize that discipline is not about forcing yourself to suffer. It is about choosing what kind of life you want to live, and then aligning your behavior with that decision. Most people drift because they never make a clear choice. They hope life will push them in the right direction. But life only responds to clarity backed by action. When you stop depending on external motivation, something powerful happens. You become internally stable. You no longer rise and fall with emotions. You no longer wait for the perfect mood. You act because action is part of who you are. This is the moment when progress becomes predictable instead of accidental. The strongest people are not the loudest. They are the most consistent. They don't announce their discipline. They demonstrate it, day after day, quietly, calmly, relentlessly. This is how trust is built with yourself. And once you trust yourself, hesitation disappears. Most regret in life does not come from failure. It comes from inaction, from knowing you could have done more, but chose comfort instead. Discipline protects you from regret. Even when outcomes are uncertain, disciplined effort gives you peace. Because you know you showed up. You will face resistance, internal resistance, external resistance, resistance from people who are uncomfortable with your growth. Do not fight resistance emotionally. Accept it as part of the process. Resistance is not a sign you are doing something wrong. It is a sign you are doing something different. Growth requires patience, not passive patience, but active patience. The kind where you keep showing up even when progress feels slow. The kind where you trust the process without needing constant reassurance. This patience separates builders from quitters. You cannot control outcomes. You can control effort. You can control consistency. You can control focus. When you commit to controlling what you can, anxiety loses its grip. Peace comes from disciplined action, not from certainty. Your standards determine your future. Low standards create a low ceiling. High standards demand growth. Raise your standards slowly but firmly. Demand more from yourself than life demands from you. That is how you stay ahead. Every disciplined decision strengthens your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries. You start seeing yourself as someone who does. Identity shapes behavior, and behavior shapes destiny. There will be days when discipline feels heavy. On those days, simplify. Do the minimum required to maintain momentum. Momentum matters more than intensity. Consistency keeps the chain unbroken. You don't need to win every day. You need to show up every day. Even imperfect effort maintains direction. Direction is more important than speed. Your time is limited. Treat it with respect. Stop spending it on distractions that give nothing in return. Focus is a form of self-respect. Protect it fiercely. The future you want is not built through sudden transformation. It is built through boring excellence, through routine, through repetition, through patience, through discipline. You will outgrow versions of yourself. Let them go. Do not romanticize old habits that kept you comfortable but small. Growth requires release. Silence will become your ally. In silence, you sharpen focus. In silence, you hear truth. In silence, discipline grows stronger. When you feel tired, remember this. Rest is part of discipline, but quitting is not. Learn the difference. Recovery fuels consistency. Quitting destroys it. Life will test your commitment, not once, but repeatedly. Each test is an invitation to reinforce identity. Choose discipline enough times, and it becomes automatic. You don't need to rush. You need to persist. Time rewards those who stay in the game. One day, you will look back and realize that the hardest seasons built the strongest version of you. And you will be grateful you didn't quit when it was uncomfortable. Discipline creates freedom. Freedom from regret. Freedom from chaos. Freedom from emotional instability. Freedom to choose your direction instead of reacting to life. No one is coming to save you. And that truth is not heavy anymore. It is empowering, because now your progress depends on you. And you are capable. Stay calm. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. The life you want is built daily, and you are already on the path.